How's it going, guys? Back at it again, episode 5 of 11 o'clock with Jihan
And
and.
Yuvern.
Hey, so I tried to do it better this time, okay?
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
like
yeah.
in all the episodes before this, I've said my name and Yuvan's name, and that's not fair. Like, Yuvan should get to say his name. So, we'll try to improve on this in future episodes.
Yes.
Oh
Hi
man,
guys.
oh
Hello,
man.
hello. G.
How's it going? How's it going? It's a Wednesday
I'm
night
good.
for us, and how you feeling? How you feeling, Ewan?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been a good day. A pretty productive day, in fact, actually. Catching up with schoolwork and had to make a few visits out. I got to go out today, which was nice. Got to drive around, look at the
Oh.
outside a bit. Yeah, and yeah, it was a very simple, low-key, fun day because I just got to be outside. It was only that. That's the only thing that made my day better. Just seeing the sky again. How was your day, G?
No.
How are you doing?
Oh, but that's no joke. Like, that's actually no joke. Being able to, I feel like being confined within four walls or just being confined in a restricted space, not only restricts your body but also restricts your mind. And every once in a while, it's nice to just get hit by the sunlight. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
white light is good for you. White light is good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. You tried.
shit, I just-
It's okay.
I got cancelled, didn't I? You wouldn't just unstand me.
Yeah, it hurts.
My
It
day-
physically hurts. Oh. Anyway.
My day went pretty regularly. I got up pretty late. I woke up, went straight to the gym, came back, had my dinner, watched Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Oh,
What?
baby, what a movie.
Damn. Oh, we're big Harry Potter fans. If you didn't already know. Again, I think we mentioned that Jian's in the Slytherin house. I'm in the Ravenclaw house, and we're sucker for those movies. Anytime, any day. If we, I mean, how many times have we done a marathon? You know.
Zero.
Now that I think
Zero.
of it, zero. Yeah, we've never done a marathon.
We have
Together.
See, you and I were supposed to do it when I came back, like after I came back from Toronto, but
Yeah.
MCO, right? So we never got to, and I know that you went and watched it like by yourself. I feel kind of betrayed that you had a Harry Potter marathon without me, because we promised this to each other, but whatever. I don't. It's okay. I forgive you. We will watch it sometime. It's okay.
I mean, come on, like it's Harry Potter. I wouldn't mind watching it 1,000 times if I must. It's. I would love to watch it with you. I can't wait for this MCU to be over, and we're going to do it. We're definitely going to do it.
Oh. We're gonna have a Harry Potter marathon. We're gonna have snacks.
Yeah.
We're gonna like have comforters. You know, like the
Yeah.
whole deal.
The whole deal. Oh my god.
All right. So,
Yeah.
Yuvan, what did you have for dinner today?
Nice. I'm glad you brought it
That's
up.
right.
I'm glad you brought it up. So today's dinner was fairly extravagant, I would say. It was nasi lemak with chicken sambal and a bit of sotong paratal, which is like a masala sotong, squid masala, and it was just putting all the leftovers together to make a beautiful meal. Ate a ton, and my god, I'm still stuffed, and I ate like 5 hours ago. What did you have for dinner, G?
I can only imagine. Amma made vegetarian chicken curry. Vegetarian chicken curry is essentially just like soya, I guess, like
Yeah, it's soy based.
soy-based meat that made into curry and with rice. Amma also made mac and cheese for dinner, so I ate a bit of both. I even tried mixing mac and cheese with the curry. It was nice, but
Of
this,
course
okay?
you did.
Just hear me out. Hear me out, okay? I think it was a few weeks back. Amma made mac and cheese, and there was some leftover fish curry. Just before I go on with the story, fish curry always the best the next day. Try it.
Yeah.
Just
hands
go and
on.
try it. The next day, fish curry. Eat with bread, eat with rice, anything. It's awesome. Anyway, so I had some leftover fish curry on my plate, and there was mac and cheese there, so I put the mac and cheese on my plate. And so the mac and cheese got mixed with the fish curry, right? And then I ate it, right? It was like it was like a revelation. Like my mind just got blown. Oh my god.
Oh,
It sounds like the weirdest combination, but if you guys ever get
I
the
know,
chance, like
I know.
doubt it will
I'm
ever
trying
happen.
to, I'm trying to associate this fusion here, but like, hmm. I mean, what do you think makes it good? Why do you think it's good?
I think it's just that I have grown up eating spicy food, and I also love. I happen to love mac and cheese, and maybe my taste buds have been programmed in such a way that
Right.
I can accept the combination of mac and cheese, like the cheesiness and the milkiness, with the spiciness that comes from the curry, the spiciness
Right.
and the
Okay.
tanginess, like from the
Yes,
fish.
yes. You know what? I'll agree. I'll agree with you on this. You know why? Because sometimes I do find that the mac and cheese can be a bit bland. Now, don't get triggered, but like a mac and cheese can be bland. It's okay to be bland. We can agree to disagree here, but like it's okay. And yeah, I definitely any masala, even if Amma makes mac and cheese at home, there has to be a bit of Indian spice in it for you to really enjoy it, because it just gets a mush. It just becomes a mush if not. Okay,
Yeah.
now that I've upsetted everybody, let's go on with today's episode. So today we were talking today and discussing what ideas we should come up with, what kind of things we should talk about, and we decided that today's episode is going to be about discussing the things that we're doing during this MCO, activities that we do to keep ourselves busy, to keep our mental health at a sane level, before we lose our minds within four walls. Yeah, trying to find peace within a closed space. And what just the kind of activities we've been doing. And of course we can start off by saying that, hey, we started a podcast. Like that's that.
Hey, it was one of those things, and I'm so sorry to cut in the middle, but I think a lot of people downplay just how confining it can be to be at home,
Yeah.
and to not really know how to organize your time. Sometimes just days go by, I don't really understand the concept of time anymore, and for some
Yeah.
people they can cope with it, but some people find it difficult, and which is
Yeah.
why I think this episode is very important, to me at least, that we talk about what Yuvern and I are doing to cope with our boredom and trying to deal with
Yeah.
our being stuck at home, and
Yeah.
he's right. Doing this podcast is one of those things, and it really helped us. At least for me, it gives me a reason to wake up every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Gives us a reason to get things done and everything. And for starters, when the pandemic started and when it started getting really bad in Malaysia especially, it all started becoming a question of like, what's going to happen? Like, am I going to remain in university, or am I going to come back here? Or because there weren't much talks about how it was all going to go down. And before we even could figure it all out, I get a news saying that the state was going on lockdown, and that if I don't go back now, I won't be able to go back to Penang otherwise. So I had to rush back, and ever since then, it's been, I think today marks a bit more than a month of being at home. A bit less than a month, I guess. Yeah, less than a month of being at home and being stuck at home. And, for the whole life, you just sort of take a whole 180. Your classes are now all online. Everything, your food, no longer going food hunting, and everything just sort of changes. And for Jian and everybody to come back home, like that's how it started. And ever since then, I guess let's just go by activities, I suppose. Do you think that will work? We just start by discussing one by one things that we did. Is that something you're okay with?
Go ahead.
Right. Okay.
I'm okay with everything. Like, go ahead. What
Yeah.
is something that the things that you do?
Right. So when I came back home, it's like I had a lot more free time. When I was when I was on campus, a lot of my time was taken with like training. So I play rugby, and a lot of my days just go to training and to the gym. And then if it's not sports, then it's usually trying to catch up with my studies. And if it's not that, then it's Netflixing like everybody else. And coming back home, I had a lot more time. And it started, of course, first week, very, very motivated. It started with home workouts. Definitely got on the bandwagon. Started doing workouts 7 days a week. it was very intense and everything, and you got the motivation going, and then that slowly starts to decline. And motivation starts to be challenged. It's like, I don't really need to do anything because I'm not going out anywhere. It's like, why do I need to be fit for, like, it's just sort of like you become a bit loose with your schedules. But at the same time, that is something that I struggle with. If I don't have a schedule to stick to, my day becomes very weird. Like I become extremely bored, and I start overthinking, and it starts taking a toll on me mentally. So I need to keep a schedule going. And starting the podcast, ever since we started the podcast, that has been great because I had to allocate time for when I study, for when I work out, and for when I work on the podcast. And like it sort of keeps my day busy and keeps me thinking about future episodes and future plans that we have on for this platform and everything. And of course, apart from that, I think that I picked up the piano. I used to play when I was a kid, but I'm back at it again, trying to learn new songs and studying, dwelling, creating, playing around and stuff. And definitely one more thing that I think is very underrated for a lot of people is spending time with family. I don't know why, but I find that a lot of people that I know especially don't really enjoy being at home for some reason. I guess I just, or maybe they just like ranting about it, but they don't feel that way. But I actually appreciate so much that I get to see my parents every day. Like, I love hanging out with them. They are amazing people, and this is not just because that they're listening to us now, but like definitely. but like it's such a blessing to be able to like have Amma's coffee or have Amma's masala tea again, because I missed it so much when I didn't have it, and now being able to spend time with them, and I really want to take advantage of it. So I do as much as I can to really go and sit with them, even if it's just watching the news with them. I love just spending time. Yeah, okay, but like that's kind of what I have. What about you, G?
I actually understand what you're saying. I think it also comes from a place that we study away from our families, and we study and we live apart from our families, like when we are in uni, and that some people, don't get me wrong, even me sometimes, like I feel like it's nice to have the freedom, to be away from everyone, sometimes to be independent, to be able to cook your own meals, take out the trash, clean your own room. You feel independent. But I think being back home also has its perks, that I feel like since Amma cooks for the whole family, so certain things are taken care of, and I have time to take care of myself. I guess I have more time to myself, to talk to myself, to understand myself better. I spend a lot of time alone as well, even though I'm in a house with my family. I think over time I learned how to distinguish boundaries between my family and I, and also on top of that, I understand the bond that I have with my family members a lot better. Exactly is what Yuvern is saying. Like, I learned to appreciate even more the time that I get to spend with my mom and my dad and my two brothers. Shout out to Appa, Amma, Gwen and Heyman.
Shout out.
They
Hi,
may or may
Amma,
not
if
be watching this, but
yeah.
but yeah, it has helped me appreciate the bond that I have with them better. And I think I'm also learning how to express gratitude, or to feel the gratitude for the privilege that I have to be around my family. A lot of people don't have that, and I'm learning how to appreciate these things one thing at a time. Apart from that, just like Yuvern, I've spent a lot of time trying not to let the solitude have an effect on my mental health. I've been hitting the gym as well, home workouts. I've been practicing my guitar, just playing around with chords, singing out random lyrics. Yeah, subscribe to my OnlyFans for premium content.
Oh my goodness, here we are back at it again with our OnlyFans. But that's the thing, right? With this ample amount, it's non-existent. It's non-existent. You're making it seem as if it's somewhere on the internet. It's not. Please don't go looking for it. It's not there.
Tell you what, guys. If you guys are even a little bit interested, or even a little bit curious to know, to want me to start an OnlyFans channel, let me know in the comment section below, and I will give you good content. I will.
Oh my
I will
goodness,
produce some
Jihan.
premium content for you. On that note, the effects of solitude on mental health. Am I right?
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Oh my god.
um, I also think I am lucky in the sense that like I get to talk to you, talk to my other friends, Ruthira and Kavi. We video call every once in a while. We catch up with each other. We watch out for each other. We see we
Yeah.
see how each other is doing. Just to take care of each other, and I think that's beautiful, And
Yeah.
I'm really glad that I have you guys around. It's whew,
Honestly, yes. And that's the thing. That's another thing that you
blessed.
could do.
So blessed.
Honestly, yes, I am blessed too. And that's another thing that I really think people should do. Take this time to go and socialize. Get to stay in touch with your friends. Put that little bit of extra effort to like call each other, ring each other up, even randomly. Those kind of things really have a very positive impact on you, especially when they know that you are thinking about them and that you're worried about them. That those kind of assurances are what is going to really help get through the day a lot easier, knowing that we are not just in our own head anymore and that all our friends are still there. It's just that we're all geographically restricted from being around each other. But that's the thing, right? Like the whole MCO has really put perspective on like how the world is. We lived so narrowly focused towards getting things done the next hour, the next day, that we sort of let go and forget to see around and like how one small thing changes the entire world and how it works right now. Like we have economies crashing on a system that we already know is screwed up. And I think that I fixate a lot on that thought, being a business major myself. And another thing that I've been doing to sort of keep busy is looking a lot into the kind of problems that we'll face as a country as soon as the MCO is over. We have a lot of people who've lost their jobs. We have a lot of businesses struggling, and people's purchasing power is going to drastically drop, given that the economy is going to take some time to recover. And with a lot of reading, I decided that I wanted to be a part of this. I wanted to do something to make a change, to hopefully help someone. And I started spending a lot of time researching and trying to figure out what people could do, especially from middle class families, lower middle class families, what we all could do together to sort of help expedite the system, to sort of expedite the process of recovery. What could get you back on your feet as soon as possible? Because when it's all clear and when the government is going to stop their aids, everybody's going to go like you're like the head of the house. All the pressure is going to fall on him again or her again. It's like settling all the fees, all the dues, everything that's coming up. How are you going to do it? And so I've been really trying to focus towards what could be done. What are the options available for everybody, and what can actually make a change? It's not just about going back and living a normal routine. Like there's a lot of people that says that this is becoming an economy where you can't survive on one job. You have to do 3-4 ongoing jobs just to make meets and like make ends meet. Sorry about that. And that's the kind of thing that I've been getting into as well. And I mean, as all of y'all know, most of our listeners here are students as well. Getting into research takes up a lot of your time. So I actually do want to send out a message to anybody who's listening here that if you have something that you're passionate about, there's no better time than right now to get into it. Like Jihan has always spoken to me about his music passion, and just a few days ago he sent me a recording of the first song that he composed by himself, and it was beautiful. But that's the thing, there's no better time than trying it out now, than looking for a time in the future for it, and really doing your best to be able to serve another person, to be selfless enough to do something for the community, or even for your friend, or anybody at all. But I think now's the time we must remember to love, right?
You're right. Absolutely right. I think even the smallest things can make the biggest difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it's these little gestures that matter the most.
Yeah.
And I think it's only fitting, that you're a business. Actually, you're an accounts major, and
Yeah.
I'm a psych major. It's amazing
Yeah.
how fitting this went.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
and I love your ideas and the effort you put into looking into all of this, looking into the economics and how people can get back up on their feet. And
Yeah.
I think it's also important that we take care of our mental health, that we realize that it's not going to be easy to once all of
Yeah.
this ends. It's not going to be easy for us to get back up on our feet, to
Yeah.
take the next few steps. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be like starting anew, and it's not going to be the same as it was before, but that's the point.
Yeah.
That's why all of this is happening. It's here to teach us something. If we go back
Yeah.
to the ways that we were before, then all of this would have been for nothing. So it's
Exactly.
important to look at the silver lining in all of this, and I think that's what you and I are doing. And it's not even a full song, okay? Yuvern is
I mean, come on.
extremely over exaggerating. I was just playing
No,
with a
no.
bunch of chords, and I sang a bunch of words, but
I'm going to try Jihan. I'm going to try to convince Jihan to upload a link of the song in the description of the video. So stay tuned for
oh,
that.
good luck with that.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Right. I just wanted to add on to another thing that you said, like to be able to all the small gestures, like the things that Jian and I are doing. They may be not of particular interest to yourself, but I'm sure you have your own sets of interests, and you have your own friends to care for and everything. Just anything that you could do for another person at a time like this, especially when everybody's suffering, is going to really make an impact. And I think that's what we should be focusing on, to how we could express our love for the world, and how when the next few steps that are going to be difficult, that is when we remember to care more and to be there for people more. And I think that's what humanity is about. That's the baseline of all humanity is. If you're not doing something to help everybody else, then what are you doing?
Now, what's the point? Like, why are we here?
Exactly. Why are we here? Exactly. Yeah.
And you know what? Like, if anything at all, if you have anything at all you want to talk about, anything you want to ask about, anything you want to say, if you just need ears to listen, we always here. Yuvern and I are always open to
Exactly.
to listen to anything.
Exactly.
You know where to find us. Yuvern's Instagram at Yuvern Sundram, and my Instagram at
And I'm going to do it for you. I was supposed to do it for you. It's okay. We'll figure out the chemistry. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, feel free to reach out to us about anything at all. If you have an idea that you would like to share, or if something to talk about, something to discuss, even if it's a perspective, we're all ears for everything. We would love to take this time to get to know each other better, become friends, make friends. Yeah, so feel free. Thank you so much.
If you guys want to take anything out of this, I hope you guys take a message of hope, love,
Yeah.
and faith.
Yeah.
That we're all gonna be okay. That you're never alone. That there's always gonna be people who care about you. That we will stand back up together.
Yeah.
And hey, if you and I, the two Indian boys who who can't go one day without spending time with each other, who can't go one day without calling each other, can live on video call.
I mean,
Anyone can survive.
yeah, anything can happen in this world, My goodness.
One of my friends, Sophia mentioned that there are sites, there are people out there who help you journal your daily emotions.
Wow.
Or they give you certain prompts to
Yeah.
write about how you're feeling every day, and I think that's a good way of expressing how you're feeling, and it allows you to introspect on how you are handling this entire situation. And I think that's really good. It's a really good step in taking care of yourself and taking care of your mental health. And shout out to Sophia for giving me that idea.
Hi, Sophia. Oh my god. But it's amazing.
And,
it's amazing if you think about it. It's actually amazing that there are so many resources in the world out there, just a few clicks away, that you could go and get the help support, get the help, And if you're struggling with this whole pandemic, just feel free to reach out to us, honestly. Like, we would love and think of it as a privilege to be there and to get through this together.
We would do anything in our power to help you. Knowing the two of us, we really would.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on that note, we are hitting the 25-minute mark of our 5th episode.
Oh,
of
damn.
11 o'clock. Yuvern, how do you feel?
Nice. I feel good. I really enjoyed today's episode. I really enjoyed talking about the things today, because I feel like the thing that this world lacks right now is that little bit of humanity, that little bit of extra care, that little bit of going that extra mile for the sake of all of us struggling and everything. And I think that it's very important that you and I discuss this today, because it grounds us, it makes us remember everything that we are, and our purpose here. It's beautiful. I love today's episode. How do you feel, Ji?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I think if anything, this episode reminds me that I'm not alone. That I can always reach out if I ever need any help. That I shouldn't be ashamed to reach out if I need help. And you have been an amazing friend. You're such a beautiful soul you are, and you've always taken care of me and watched out for me.
Right back
and,
at you.
I'm lucky.
I'm so grateful
to have someone like you in my life. And to you guys who are listening, if you have someone like that in your life, be I think it's important that you express your gratitude. Like let them know that let the people you love know that you love them.
Yeah, exactly. It may be anybody, but let them know that you care for them. Let them know that they are in your thoughts. It will mean so much to everybody, especially at a time like this.
And wrapping up on that note, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much.
Till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow.
Cheers.
Cheers. Nice.